right, welcome back to the program, Still Daybreak Africa, from our studio here in Lagos, Nigeria. Looking at the state of the nation this moment, aside the many issues of insecurity, corruption, banditry, and terrorism, bedeviling the nation, Nigeria, the issue of 2023 presidency has been on the front burner of recent time. And today we'll be analyzing concept, the road to 2023 presidency, what to expect. Should we be concerned about the forthcoming election, or should we focus on the nature and state of insecurity in Nigeria first of all? And joining us this morning to discuss the topic happens to be Wisdom Chapp-Jumbo, who is a public affairs analyst here in Lagos, Nigeria. A very big thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Wisdom. Thank you. Wisdom.
Yeah.
I hope I can cope with that on the show. All right, thank you. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Let's start the conversation by assessing the state of the nation at this point in time. But since we are going to be talking about 2023 presidency, it will be important to look at the current situation, because whatever is happening now will determine the fate of 2023. What is your assessment of the insecurity level in Nigeria at this point in time?
Yes, insecurity is bad. Yeah. There are many areas in the north at the moment you cannot access. There are some areas in the south which are really, really insecure at the moment. Benue, I'm not sure Benue people are really safe at the moment with the whole herdsmen. The banditry in the north.
Autumn is complaining.
Autumn is complaining. The governor of what was this state? Ishaku, I don't know what it is. Governor Ishaku is complaining. So you see, so the issue of insecurity is a big one for Nigeria. Yeah. And as we go ahead to 2023, if it's something we don't resolve now, there's a lot to worry. You understand? And there's so much the government still needs to do as regards insecurity. We don't feel safe in Nigeria, even in Lagos where we are now. I don't know if you feel safe, because sometimes we worry if there will be one attack here and there. And down south there are other issues. That's why you see the governors are really rallying around themselves to see how they can solve the issue of security, because it's a big concern. So I think going to 2023, the government needs to do something about insecurity, not technically reporting it, but actually solving it. We don't want technically it has resolved and we wake up tomorrow
see banditry.
So the issue of security.
So talking about the government now, do you think the government is not doing enough? Or because we've heard virtually every day we hear on the news that there is a case of kidnapping, insecurity attacks, and all of that. Now, looking at 2023, we all have been complaining about this insecurity, and I don't know, is it that the government is not doing anything, or they are making efforts, but it's not enough?
I would say the efforts of the government is not enough, but let's look at their effort in the first place. It took the government many years to change the service chiefs, and that was a very big debate across the country. Why are you keeping these guys for so long? Why are you not changing them as service chiefs to rejig the security infrastructure in the country? So, but at the same time, now we have changed the service chiefs, but we still don't know where is this issue coming from. I think personally there are some people within government who are benefiting from this insecurity. Is the reason why it has lingered this much. If you look at how they most recently captured Nnamdi Kanu, you will wonder why have they not deployed those kind of forces, to banditry in the north, and these headsmen to bring them to book. So that's why the whole sentiment around the country is arising. The government is treating security in one part of the country with kid glove, and then on one other part of the country, you see how they are deploying forces. It takes a lot to capture somebody outside of the country and bring the person back to the country to try and cut. The whole process, the whole energy that goes into that, the whole resources. Why have we not done that, to arrest the issue of banditry in the north? Why are we negotiating with bandits? Why are we doing all of that? So you can see that the government is not doing enough. The government, I would say, in a way, they're not being so honest with the issue of insecurity. A lot has been done, but there's still more that needs to be done. And we need to feel safe in Nigeria if we need to go into 2023 election. So I think this is my take on that.
The reason why I actually asked the question is because of the recent controversy about Gumi, that actually said it, came out openly to say that he meets with the head of the bandits.
He goes with the DXS and some government officials.
Some government officials to to negotiate with the bandits and pay their ransom, this and that. And so many people are like, okay, since this person knows the head of these kidnappers, so why is the government not going after such person and going after people like Kanu and Igbo? So I really want you to share your thoughts on that.
So you see, that's the concern I'm saying. We are treating insecurity on one part of the country with kid gloves, you know. So and on the other part of the country, we are deploying forces for the DSS to go to the house of Sunday Igboho in the night. You know, you know a lot of the efforts that have gone into that. You know, so but then again, the same question I asked, you know, why are we negotiating with bandits? It's a very big question mark. Why are we negotiating with bandits? So if we know where to go and hit these guys, if we know where they are, if we know who their head is, why are we not deploying forces to just go and capture them? Why are we negotiating with bandits? Why is the government doing that? You know, so but people who are protesting or rather campaigning for their own section of the country, like Nnamdi Kanu or Sunday Igboho, why are we on these guys? We are not facing where the real problem is. I'm not saying Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho they are doing anything right or they are doing, you know, but you understand, I think they are not terrorizing this country in any way, unlike the bandits. Even attacking the governor, you know. So these are the issues. I would say that the government is not entirely being honest, and the whole there's a business around this. People are benefiting, and people are cashing out real big. So you can see.
Lives.
So this is a cartel. This is a cartel. You can imagine. So it took so long to change the service chiefs, and now we are doing this. You understand? So there's a lot the government is not telling us, and the only way we can find out is when this government goes out and a new government comes.
That brings me to the topic of discussion. You know, I think these insecurity issues, definitely having some of that time to talk about a whole lot of insecurity issues. But then, let's look at the Southern Governors, you know, meeting, the forum, and the resolution in recent times. Part of the issues discussed in the last meeting in Lagos, let me read from the communique. It said, the forum reiterates its commitment to political equity, fairness, and unanimously agrees that the presidency of Nigeria be rotated between the southern and northern Nigeria, and resolve that the next president of Nigeria should emerge from the southern region. There are so many issues here. Since we are discussing the road to 2023, do you think a certain region of the country is ill-treated, you know, marginalized?
Well, yes, I agree so. And that is why you see there's this whole agitation in the southeast, you know, and the south itself, you know. If you let's go back a little, since 1999, when the fourth democracy came into place, Obasanjo was from the southwest. Obasanjo handed over to Yaradua. Yaradua is from the north. Yaradua handed over to Goodluck Jonathan, is from the south. Jonathan handed over again to Buhari. Buhari is from the north. You know, so one section of the country, which is the southeast, they have not gone into power for president. You know, so it makes sense to say, oh, let's have someone from the southeast, and they feel marginalized because, you know, they haven't really been there. You know, so this time around, I mean, I think it makes sense if we actually shift power to that circle. So let the whole political geographical zone, you know, I don't know how if I say it right. Let's all have a taste of this power. It's not like if someone from the southeast comes now, voila, Nigeria is going to be better again. No, you know, but for fairness, let us give it to this section of the country.
So you are saying that the southeast have been, you know, unfairly treated in the past years?
Well, there's so many history that go into the being unfairly treated. You know, if we go back to the Biafra War and counting down till now, I mean, it might not be the best time to go into those histories, you know, but at the same time, the agitation is just that, look, we have not led this country. This part have led this country. We also want to lead. We have capable hands, and indeed, they have capable hands that can do it. I can call a few names, you know, that possibly we hope that in 2023 we want to see them, you know, throw their hats in the race. so that they can come forward. But again, politics is of the majority.
Yeah, that's true.
Why we believe this sentiment that the Southeast really should come forward and lead us is good, but we need to understand that politics is majority. That's why many of us think that we need to remind ourselves that the South Governors Forum is not a political party.
Yeah.
And whatever resolution they make is good. About 17 of them is good. But the South Governors Forum, any Governors Forum, is not a political party. Every governor comes from a political party.
Yeah.
So they have to take those resolutions to their political party, and make sure that it is accepted by the majority for it to come forward as an agreement. Them saying that at the South Governors Forum, it's not going to go anywhere if their political parties don't accept what they have said. So I think 2023, it makes sense if someone from the Southeast come forward. I mean, let's give them a chance and see, so that tomorrow nobody will say, we never had the chance. We would have made Nigeria the London of tomorrow, or the UK of tomorrow. But so that's my take on that.
So looking at 2023 now, this same situation, like I said earlier, that it keeps occurring every day and every day. Now I want you to quickly tell it, because some people are saying that even come 2023 election, if some certain things are not put in place, we'll still have the same problem. Considering the fact that even if we change, like the presidency changes, like we'll still have the same problem occurring if this problem we're having now, if it is not tackled. So some are of the opinion that going our separate ways will actually bring about solution, because even if we are still together, still thinking that we are one Nigeria, of which we are not one in all areas, but physically we are just seeing ourselves like one, but we are not one. That if we don't go our separate ways, we still have the same problem 2023. So some people are discouraged of actually going out to vote. So what do you have to say?
If we keep on with this excuse that our votes don't count, Nigeria will never be better. We need to keep trying. We are how many years old now? We need to keep trying. There's still more room to try. Again, I want to clear this, that if we think having Biafra, having Oduduwa Republic, having Arewa Republic is going to solve the problem we have in Nigeria, we will be deceiving ourselves. Why I said that is because it's still the same Nigerians. With the same attitude, the same character that will still be in those different republics. So how are we going to make the change? We are stronger together, either way we look at it. But what are the issues? The issues is we need to solve the fundamental problems. One of it is corruption. You understand? Corruption today is a big problem for all of us. And if we don't also solve those institutional issues in Nigeria, whether you change whoever is the president can still not lead. We still have laws that limit us. We still have laws that draw us backwards. You understand? So those institutional problems, until we start to solve it, and if we start from corruption, it will go a long way to solve the problem. If today 15 governors who have, stolen funds are in prison, Nigeria will begin to work. If we have leaders from our past who are actually being jailed for stealing money, Nigeria will work better. If people in our civil service begin to do their job, Nigeria will work better. If we pay better minimum wages, Nigeria will work better. Go to Oyo State and see what Seyi Makinde is doing. Just check at the different states and see that the main problem we have in Nigeria is leadership. When we have someone who can come and lead us selflessly, you will see that most of these issues will be solved. You get what I'm saying? If our elite, their children go to public schools, it means that our public schools will work. Because you will not put your son in a school where they learn under the one place that rain is beating them. So you will make sure it is, So if our president doesn't travel to the UK for medical checkup, he will fix the health system in Nigeria and will pay doctors well, and doctors will be here. Mind you, we are losing doctors every day. So you can see that these are the institutional problems. If we fix it, I'm not sure we will need to go to Dubai, because we even have the resources. We will not go to Canada because we have the resources. But today, you agree with me as young people that the way we feel is that Nigeria is designed to frustrate all of us. You know, I was having a conversation with the bus driver on my way here, and I asked one guy at the junction there who takes the, what they call this money, the tax collectors, and I asked the guy, this money you take, where does it go? He said, it's none of my business. We laughed. He said again that the money goes to him. I'm like, really? And everybody just laughed. The bus now moved away, and the driver was saying that those monies, they use it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So the money doesn't go to government, you know, and they make a whole lot of money by collecting 100 naira from bus drivers. If you pass this bus stop 5 times a day, you pay 100 naira, that's 500. And more than 2,000 buses pass that place. So you can imagine if those monies go to government, for government to provide the basic amenities, create jobs for our people, nobody will need to stand at that road to collect 100 naira. So you see, so the main problem is, let us fix the problem. And as regards 2023, I want to say that the electoral reforms that is currently at the National Assembly, we need to fix it. If we don't get that reform out, if we can't transmit results from the polling unit electronically to the collation center, there will be bus snatching, ballot box snatching, there will be issues at the grassroots level, and that hampers our election. That's why people don't believe their vote counts. So,
all right, let me take a question from the analogy you raised, talking about performance. If we talk about political performance, I think it should be a matter of serious concern. Looking at the scenario that has, you know, played itself out in the political scene of France, should we be concerned about the region where the president, the next president, is coming from, or should we be concerned about the competence, performance, what the aspirant has to offer, whether it comes from north, south, west, wherever?
Okay. Well, if you ask that, many will ask you, what has Buhari offered? So why did you make him president? What has he offered? So, but the truth of the matter is, we must look at everything. While we look at the sentiment of it must come from this section, we must also look at who is competent to take it, you know, and that competency is something that will be debated squarely, you know, to say, oh, let me lay down my cards and this is what I want to do. You know, we are not where we were in 1999, and I believe the citizens are well, they understand better, you know, where they want to be and where they want the next president to take them to. If you have gone to the market recently, you will know that Titus sardine is now 550.
That's true.
This is something that was 250 naira, 250 naira last year or so. So as a people, we know where the next leader should take us to. You know, we know what we want from the next leader. So what we have to do is we have to come together now, get our PVCs and be ready. It's not the time we hear, I'm going to build this, I'm going to fix the road, we're tired of those things. You know, what is it you want to, you need to be realistic with us. You need to be very realistic. So while we look at the sentiment of the Southeast, we have to also look at, as we look around, like I told you before, there are still competent people in the Southeast. I can mention a few. That I know that they are very capable. If given the opportunities, they will lead the country right. You know, but if you want to put that aside and say, oh, we should look at competence, you know, it mustn't come from there. And then, so therefore, we must look for other places.
The ADC party spokesperson said something recently that the southern governors are ganging up against the president. Do you foresee a possible disagreement and fracas between the southern governors and the northern governors as we prepare for 2023 election?
How are they ganging up against the president?
Even when they talked about the open grazing, the Asaba meeting before they came to Lagos, people felt that the southern governors are against the president.
No, I want to object to that. You know, these southern governors, you know, they are leaders. They must protect their people. You understand? The issue of headsmen has become, you know, very critical. We need to look at it, and these governors come together and say, how can we solve it? You know, you can't be wanting everything good for progress in 2021, and you still think open grazing is something we should still be doing. Walking around with cows. Why don't we have these ranches? If you know you want to rear cow, build a ranch for your cow. You know, or maybe government should invest money in building these ranches for these people. I don't know how it's going to work. But say the southern governors are ganging up against the president, I humbly want to disagree on that.
Yeah.
They are only, I mean, it's the first time in the history of Nigeria that these governors are meeting like this, to show you how important the issues
are.
You know, so it's not about the president. Because if what they say is about the president, the party of the president is already taking some of the governors, even in the south. Ebonyi State has gone to APC.
Yeah.
Calabar, Cross River State has gone to APC.
Yeah.
So where is the gang up? Where you're already poaching some of the governors, and there will be more defections the way we see it. You know, with projection to 2023. So where is the gang up? You know, but we need to know that these governors, they see their people die. They see what's happening in their states. They have to protect their own people. And we really must applaud the governors for putting their political affiliations aside and say, look, let us come to a table and have a conversation. What should we do? I mean, there's no gang up there. It should be applauded. It is commendable. What should we do? And then they come up to say, oh, these are our communiques. This is what we are banning open grazing around the south. You know, it's something, the south entirely, it's something we should commend. You know, should we want progress by 2021, 2023, and then we still think open grazing is the way forward? Walking around with cows. I'm from the south. I'm from River State. I mean, it's really, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, we're just grateful that we are still safe. We're not seeing them with guns and machetes. But I mean, if you need to rear your cow, have a ranch, have a place, buy some acres of land, you know, groom them there. They will still grow. They will still be healthy. We don't have to walk around with them. So I think this is my view on that.
Now, looking at 2020, because I'm always positive about Nigeria, because I believe a lot of good things can actually come out of this country. And to actually achieve that, having seen all that we have been facing, and we still have 2022 before 2023, so we still have to keep surviving it. So now, come 2023, we are expecting a change. Now, and he said something earlier that if all these problems are still in place, we might still have the same problem later. And the British government warned that the 2023 general election in Nigeria may not hold due to the rising cases of insurgencies in the country. So now, looking at everything now, do you think, because I asked someone this morning that 2023 election, how will it be? He said it's going to be hot. Like really hot. I was like, hot? Like, would there be a war? So he said it's really going to be tough. So really, I don't know if all these cases are not being treated. Do you think we can have a successful election?
During the build up to 2019 election, I was worried. Many of us were worried. Yeah. Will this election happen? Will Buhari give anybody a chance? You understand? But the election happened by the grace of God. 2023 will happen. It will happen. Whether the devil likes it or not, you know. But the only thing is, the stakes are high. For the party of the president, Mr. President Buhari is the first president they have produced. So you'll agree with me that as we build up to 2023, there will be many rancors here and there for different people who want to step forward and lead the party, you know, and become the president of the country. And who the president will hand over to is the big issue. Yeah. You know, the big issue there. So you believe me that even within the party of the president, there will be here and there small issues, but man, it's politics. And for the opposition, who is going to step in, you know, and lead the party to victory and remove the APC, you know? So you can see that the stakes are high now, you know, more than 2019. And yes, it should be a concern for everybody, but I want us to be positive, like you mentioned. I'm also positive, and the election will come forward. You know, it will come forth. From January 2022, you will see that the politics will be building up. Yeah. You know, different parties will be preparing for their primaries, their national congresses, you know, to prepare for 2023. So the whole of next year is politics. I was saying on my Facebook that anything you don't get from our governor in River State, Governor Nyesom Wike, anything he doesn't provide your community or your local government by December, just forget it. Because from January, the man will be busy preparing for who will take over from him in 2023. So you can see. So, but let's be positive. No matter the issues, the big one in the room is the insecurity. Yeah. If we can just solve insecurity problems in a certain way. I mean, election held in 2019 in areas where there were serious security issues. Yeah. Do you know? Yeah, so, I mean, election will happen.
All right. We've talked more on the road to 2023 presidency. And I just want to ask this question before we wrap up this segment. Southern Governors Meeting. The next president should come from the southern region. Where is the youth in the picture? Aren't the youth ready to take over? Aren't the youth ready to come into the political scene come 2023? You are a vibrant youth. What do you think is the stake of the youth now that we are talking about 2023 presidency and elections?
Well, the youth, I'm glad we are all youth here.
Yeah.
How are we preparing? I mean, this question is for everybody. But what I'm going to say is, if we are waiting for them to call us to the table for a conversation on 2023, it will never happen. We have to drag the chair and drag it to the table and have a seat. So it means that, first of all, we need to grow our numbers. The majority in politics takes it all. Look, when they look at the numbers of young people and they'll see these people are ready, they will have no choice than to say, what do you people want? So that we can make. So, but then again, I would advise young people, this is not the time to sit on the fence. Go and join a political party. Go and join a political party.
Go beyond social media.
Go beyond social media. Go and get involved. What we did with NSAS last year was great. But believe you me, if that number don't wake up and then be politically involved for 2023, nothing is going to come out. You get what I'm saying? So if you're not involved politically, get your PVC and educate people about election and voting. Get involved one way or the other. We can decide. We are the majority in number. We can decide who leads this country in 2023. If Lagos, Kano, and then River State, if these major areas, Abuja, if we can wake up, the young people in these areas can wake up, because this is where the presidency gets the bulk of the votes. Kaduna. If we can wake up, if these areas can wake up and decide who becomes the president in 2023, it's going to happen. Look at the election results over time. These are the very big areas where the big results come from, you know. So, but as young people, let's not hang on the fence anymore. Get involved. Politics is at the core of everything. If the governor says nobody will pass Allen and Okbebi Road this morning, me and you will not get here.
That's true.
Do you know? If the governor wakes up and says the Lagos State Airport is shut down for 24 hours, me and you cannot fly. There's nothing you can do. So how did the governor get there? It's through politics. So why don't we begin to get involved and be the ones to decide who takes these positions? And let's start from the local government.
Grassroots politics.
From the grassroots. Look, the problem, I keep saying the problem is not in Abuja. The problem is in your local government. As we are here seated, do you know your local government, your local government chairman and your ward councillors? Do you know their names? Have you ever seen the local government budget for your local government? Do you know the Ikeja local government? Have you heard the budget of the Ikeja local government before? You understand? So what are the local government chairmen doing? Let's get involved at the local level. You know, I say this because after being involved a lot from my local government, Bonny local government in River State, and seeing all that is happening within the local government itself, how much they are misusing funds, how much they are not being accountable. We don't know what the budget is from year to year, but the local government chairman is spending money. So if we look at these things, we'll start solving the problem. There is more money at the local government level than you think is in Abuja. You know, because from the federation accounts, they disburse money to the local government. Do you know how these monies go? Who is your ward councillor? Do you know his name? Do you know what he's doing since he entered office? So the local government elections will soon happen in Lagos State. People of Lagosians who are registered to vote in Lagos should get involved. Should get involved because that's the only way. So as we build up in 2023, this is how young people can participate. Register in a political party, get involved, actively, get your PVCs, because who will be president will be decided in a primary election in your political party. We'll only come to an election day, general election, to come and validate that we have all agreed is this person. But where that decision is made is in the primaries of your political party. Take example, what's happening in Anambra now. You understand? You see how they are all dividing themselves, because that is where the main thing is going to happen. So get involved. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
So now, as we begin to wrap up, what do you have to say to Nigerians now regarding 2023 election?
What should we look at for in terms of choosing the next president?
It's hard to answer this question because if you go on the street and ask people, many Nigerians have lost hope. They have lost confidence in the government. Many people believe that their votes don't count. There are so many issues. So I don't know what to say to encourage anybody on the street at the moment, but I would just say that let's be positive. Nigeria will be great again, whether we like it or not, whether anybody likes it or not. Whoever is benefiting from the state of the country at the moment, it's not going to last forever. But let's be optimistic, let's be positive, and let's go into 2023 election. Get your PVCs. I can't overemphasize on this. INEC has now made it easy. I revalidated my own online. You can do it. I think it's CVR, inecnigeria.org. Go there, register. I just even changed my word. In my local government, I changed my word to another word because they've created some new words. You understand? So, but go and get your PVCs. Prepare. Arm yourself. And the only way you can arm yourself is by getting your PVC. That's why I don't understand what Sowore is doing with his people saying Buhari must go. Where is Buhari going? It's a democratic elected president.
Yes.
Or you say Buhari must go. What do you want to go and drag him out of Asoro? That would be treason. But
can only do that with your PVC.
The only way we can do that is through the ballot box. So if you don't like what is happening now, well, prepare yourself and make sure you choose the right person in 2023. So go to that INEC website, cvr.inecnigeria.org, go and register. If you don't know where your PVC is, go and get a new one. You understand? Register and prepare. So that in 2023, we have more forces. If more people vote in a particular ward, and the votes are very obvious, nobody can rig it. And when those votes from those polling units are transmitted electronically straight to the collation center, we are making sense, and our votes will be protected. You understand? So this is the only way I can say I can encourage the danfo driver, the bus driver, the market woman, young people. Let us arm ourselves and decide from our state who is going to be our state House of Assembly member, who is going to be our Federal House member, who is going to be our senator, governor. Let's decide this at this manner from the bottom upwards. Trust me, Nigeria will be a better place. Let's be optimistic.
Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
I really appreciate the conversation, quite expository, and definitely hope to have you some other time.
Thank you, definitely, anytime.
All right, that was Wisdom Chapp-Jumbo talking about 2023 presidential election that is forthcoming. The key word is that you should get yourself prepared. He said in his word, arm yourself with your PVC and get ready to vote in democratically, elected president so that we can have a better society that we all have prayed for. And for the Southern governors, I don't know what to say for now, but we need the good president that can take over and rewrite the wrong stories about Nigeria. We take a very quick break, and when we come back, it will be a short music.